Hello everyone and welcome to a little bit of a different type of behind the scenes. So this is all pre-recorded footage and I'm just kind of looking back at it, but this is the creation of British Rebellion. Pryce and Trevor Stevens went for the tag team. Jessica will be getting her own separate one. So I thought we would just start by, talking about who are British Rebellion, who is Pryce and Trevor Stevens. So they have been around since 2019 and have been a part of the extra roster and have also been a part of the CEW roster. They are former extra tag team champions and have done quite a bit within CEW. Pryce has kind of started moving out of the tag division and has moved a little bit into the singles division and has recently been feuding with the Bob Parks. Trevor is there and is currently still trying to figure out where he is. He fought the Bob Parks quite recently, hurt his knee during that matchup, and ever since then we have not seen the British Rebellion. So the inspiration behind Pryce's gear, Pryce is here, so I feel like I should go a little bit more in depth into Pryce right now. So this was gear that he was rocking in 2K19, or at least as close to it as I could physically get. And it was, I won't lie, it was heavily inspired by the Motor City machine guns. And honestly, it's a really, really cool design. Went for the shorts for Pryce. I know some people might not necessarily be a fan of the amount of shorts that I'm adding to people in CEW, but yeah. Small little factoid about the logos. I did go back and change them because I thought that they were too stretched out, so I ended up compressing them a bit, and it does look a little bit different now. But I wanted to go with the shorts for Pryce. I think that works with him. I do think that that's cool. I've also changed the boots since making this video, but you'll see the boots in a second. So Pryce is known as the London Loudmouth, so I wanted to go with something that's a little bit out there. It's a little bit kind of in your face, so I went for the black and the red, the blue and the red, with the black and white over the top, because I thought, chuck on like 4 colors, well, 2 colors and 2 shades, and you'll have something that pops. And as you can see, he's got the British Rebellion logo there. I will say, for the SED gear, because they are a part of a faction called Weapon X over on SED, they will have Weapon X variants when we're good to go with that. So I went with those boots originally, but I didn't like them. I thought that they were a little bit too low. So I ended up changing them to slightly higher boots later. I gave him wrist tape and like hand tape because that's what Pryce has always kind of rocked with. And for the jacket, I went for a more sort of like tame version than what I usually go for Pryce. I originally thought about the denim jacket, but then it just didn't work. I didn't like it, so I had a look at some other styles of jackets and came across this one. I liked it. I ended up adding some stuff to it, and that was Pryce's jacket. As you can see, I added the thing to the back. That's probably also going to have an extra logo on it at some point. And that basically brings up the Pryce portion of this video. Just had a quick little look at materials and decided that cloth and matte were the best two to go for, and just copied it over and then removed the shirt, well, the jacket. Trevor was a little bit easier, I would argue. I went for a little bit of an overhaul with Trevor. I had a bit of a reference image that I tried morphing to the best of my abilities, but this game's morphing just seems to be a little bit different to how it usually is in games. I don't know what's up with it, so I decided that I was gonna change some stuff up and make Trevor feel like a little bit more of a newer entity. I don't think I changed much gear wise for him, but everything else has had a little bit of an overhaul. His body morph is completely different as well, because again, we can't actually have our own morphs. We have to go with stuff in game now, and you know, they only give you so many options. Some of the options are just not great. I will say, I am a fan of his hair in this game now, because his old hair, it was alright, but it was definitely a bit patchy, and I wasn't a fan of that. So as you can see, I gave him a goatee. I believe I made Trevor either have, like, a bit of a beard last year, but this year we're going full-blown goatee mustache combo, which I think just works really well with Trevor, because he's a slightly older guy than he was, you know, a couple years ago. When working on the gear, I wanted something that was quite simple with Trevor, and you'll see as I'm working on this, I originally had went for the all blue, but then I realized that in order for it to tie in with the Pryce aesthetic, and also to make it a little bit different from what I was doing with Pryce as well, because Pryce had the blue initially on his shorts. I don't know when I decided to do it, but I ended up changing that to red instead of blue on the tights. As you can see there, I'm just kind of sizing up the two triangles and just kind of trying to line them up so that they match up properly. And as you can see there, I'm changing it to red now, and then changing that to, I believe, yeah, I went for matte on that, which looks really nice looking back. Now, I gave him a weight belt because Trevor's always had the weight belt, changed the materials on that. The knee pads, we went for simple ones because Trevor's never really been a flashy guy when it comes to things like knee pads, etc. He has his own little logo there, which I still need to work on one for Pryce. But, you know, we will work on that when we get there. And yeah, we gave him some simple boots as well. With Trevor, like I said, the whole look of him, it's not meant to be super detailed. It's not meant to be, you know, super flashy either, because he's a very technical guy. He's not exactly Mr. Flashy as opposed to Pryce. Pryce is a lot more, he'll go throughout their stuff, whereas Trevor sticks to sort of simple things, normal things. And I really do think that the contrast works very well. And as you can see, we went for his jacket, which he was rocking in 2K19 and also the end of the 2K20 cycle. And then we just chucked the British Rebellion logo on the back of that. And that is both of them done, created, and we will now be moving over to their tag team entrance. So, I had to go with their entrance that was, you know, kind of given to them over on SCD as a part of Weapon X. I just thought, you know, after seeing it so many times, I think they've started using it on CEW as well now. It just works too well to not use. We gave them the bar entrance, and honestly, it just works so well. We won't be showing, like, finishes and stuff yet, because crafting tag team moves, etc., it takes a little bit more time than regular movesets, because you got to think about, you know, everything that's involved with that. So, you know, they still have their finisher, which is the Grand Amplitude, also known as the Spark the Rebellion. And yeah, they're looking ready for the 2K22 season. Obviously, Pryce has a lot on his plate right now, dealing with the Bar Park stuff, and Trevor's kind of, I don't know, what will happen to Trevor? We're going to find out. So that's been me. That's been another behind the scenes video. I've really been enjoying making these and just kind of talking through my process on how I've made these characters. And I will see you all for the next one.